Hello, in this video I'm covering the game between Arjun Erigaisi and Sam Shankland from Tata Steel Rapid. The opening was London. And Shankland chose the variation with e6. White goes e3, just developing, bishop d6, and now bishop d3. Black castled here, knight d2, and now b6. Preparing c5, and also wants to go bishop a6. Now white goes knight e5, is occupying the center. Black responds with c5, and now c3, stabilizing the center. And also, if in case of black playing c4, he can get back to c2 and push e4 next. So now black plays queen c7, trying to challenge this knight. Now queen f3. He puts his queen on some attacking tasks on the king side. Knight bd7. Now he goes to g3, supporting also the knight on e5. And now taking on e5 would not be good. First, if he takes with the knight, then d5 is a fork. And if he takes with the bishop, then after taking knight h5, queen h4 would be very unpleasant, keeping the bishop on the board. And in case of some g6, probably just knight f3, and it wouldn't be very pleasant to play this, because the dark squares are weakened and black's king might end up in danger. Instead, he went for knight e8. Now white goes knight f3, and it was better for white to just go queen h4, provoking some weakening moves like f5 or g6. In case of f5, then white would go knight df3 and push g4, and some kind of initiative on the king side. But he played knight df3, trying to make his knight on e5 solid. Black took on d4, cd. And now white is not scared of bishop b4 check, because after king e2 he would just connect his rooks. White's king is not in big danger. Here black took on e5, which is very dubious because it gives up the bishop, which is essential to the king side. If he played knight df6 to head towards e4 to block this bishop on d3, and probably the best is to play knight d2 to stop this. And still white is slightly better because of more space and also a potential attack on the king side. Instead he took on e5 and he gave up his bishop, which is essential to the king side, like I said. d5 was taken, and now g6. Anyways, he would have to play g6 because next move was going to be queen h3. He castled, knight c5, and now rook ac1, pinning the queen. And here it was just best to play queen d7 to allow yourself to play f6 next, and also to step away from the pin on the c file. He played a5 instead, and now he gave one tempo to white with queen h4. Now a big threat might be knight g5 on the next move. Black tried to go bishop a6, but now he exchanges, rook a6, and now he goes g4. The point behind g4 is to anticipate knight g5 h5. And g4 he would have knight g7. It will still not be decided. So first he plays g4. Now the threat is really knight g5, but now after knight g7 you don't go knight g5. White just played queen h6, and now knight g5 is a threat. So what does black do? He resigned here in this position because he cannot push f6 to open up the 7th rank because of this pin along the diagonal. If he does something like knight e8, then knight g5, and if f6, then he simply takes and pushes f7. Queen d7, f7, and black's losing an exchange. And in case of queen d7, knight g5 is simply winning. So that's it. That's how Arjun Erigaisi won in 19 moves against a 2700 player. Eventually he won the tournament with 6.5 out of 9. He proves to be a very promising young player. So congrats to him, and that's it. Have a nice day. Bye.